Reports from the Idaho State Police obtained by People magazine show 2 women suspected Bryan Kohberger was stalking them at Washington State University right before the murders at 1122 King Road in Moscow. Kohberger was a PhD candidate in that criminology department at that school. And the women said he would make daily visits to see them at work. And then he'd make unexpected, uninvited, and highly unwelcome visits to their homes. One of the women was an employee at the university bookstore. She said Bryan Kohberger seemed to have researched her, knowing personal details that she'd never shared, including her name and the hours that she'd worked. She further said in August or September of 2022, and remember, that is just months before the quadruple murders, she was changing in her bedroom at home when someone knocked on her window. She called for her husband and the person ran off. Another time, she heard someone on her porch. Her husband came home right away, and she says a white car drove off moments later. And we all know by now that Kohberger drove that infamous white Hyundai Elantra. The other student worked in Kohberger's own department, criminology. She said he would seek her out constantly, quote, almost daily, end quote. She told police she was working late one night when she saw Kohberger walking around outside. He made eye contact through a window with her and then entered the building, at which point the woman said she hid in a bathroom. Another time, she got a phone call from a neighbor who said someone was lurking outside of her window at home. Soon after, she learned that she lived fairly close to Kohberger. And she told police she wasn't the first person to have problems with Bryan Kohberger at Washington State University. I want to bring in a NewsNation staple. Brian Enton has been covering this case since day one. He's our senior correspondent at the network. Let's first just talk about those breathtaking photos, Brian. I only saw them just within the last couple of hours for the first time. And I think the first thing that came to my mind was, here's someone making faces like a monster into his phone, but it reveals perhaps for the first time a twisted personality that we know exists behind so many other of his photos.
Yeah, I mean, look, all the photos that we've seen of him, Ashleigh, whether it be the few selfies we saw before this or the pictures of him, gosh, they're so creepy, every new one that pops up. But the pictures that we've seen him in the courtroom or when I've seen him, he's always so emotionless. And that one where he's showing his teeth and his eyes look so strange and he's got his lip up, showing his teeth, making that monster face. It's unlike anything we have seen from him before. Again, in terms of all the times we've seen him in court, all the pictures that have been released, we have not seen anything like this. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, I don't even like to look at it very much because it's just so creepy.
Here he is trying to flex, shirtless in a bathroom. Don't ask about the look on his face. Perhaps it hurts someone like this to flex. But there's something that we discovered, Brian, as we zoomed in on the photo of him shirtless and somehow giving the salute. I do want to let everyone know that the photo of him shirtless that you just saw is just after the murders, and the weird, scary mouth picture was also in December of 22 after the murders. I want you to look at this zoomed-in picture of him saluting. Look at that ring finger knuckle. Just look closely at the wound on that knuckle. I don't know for sure if that is a wound that he received about 4 to 6 weeks earlier during the murders, but I can tell you this, that is the exact same knuckle, same position, where right after the murders, just hours after the murders, he gave a thumbs-up selfie in his bathroom, and that knuckle was bandaged. So again, that's the wound that looks to have been healing for upwards, Brian, of 4 to 6 weeks.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.